Good morning, Internet. Welcome back to the channel. Hey, today we're going to be going from Moncton up to a town called Matane, I believe, or Matane. And we're going to go along the east coast of New Brunswick and get ourselves in position for another ferry ride tomorrow. Let's get started. This morning we will be riding Highway 126 to Miramichi. This route takes us through some beautiful countryside, but is inland from the New Brunswick eastern coast. To the left of us on Highway 126 was a railroad, and that pretty much followed the entire route that we went to get to Miramichi. Several tributaries meet at Miramichi and empty into Miramichi Bay. Here we are crossing the Centennial Bridge, which takes us to the north side of the tributaries. From Miramichi, we head north across the Gloucester Peninsula towards Bathurst. We get into some rain as we approach Camp Belton, but this puts us close with the border of Quebec. Despite the rain, as we head into the mountains here, it's a beautiful ride. We travel east from Camp Belton, but then we turn and head north straight toward the mountains. Highway 11 takes you along the Rivière Restigouche. This is a gorgeous ride and will only get better from here. We turn and cross the interprovincial bridge into Quebec. As you can see, we're heading into some dark clouds. And the rain begins. What was wonderful about this ride is we followed a tributary up the mountain, and as we got to the top and crossed over, then we followed a tributary down. It was a beautiful area, and I'd highly recommend this area for riding your motorcycle. Wow, isn't this just beautiful? And luckily, we're starting to work our way out of the rain. Here we are crossing over Rivière Metapedia. We cross the river more than once as we trek towards a quay. Things finally dry out as we come out of the mountains and we go by these big logging operations. It was pretty impressive. In the afternoon, we arrive in the quaint little town of Hawkesbury. You can tell we're getting closer to the coast of the St. Lawrence Seaway because we've left the mountains behind us and are now in hill country and farmland. At the town of Aegis, we turn and head north on Highway 195, which takes us to Matane. After crossing over the Riviere Matane, we follow the river all the way to town. We've made it now to find our hotel for the evening. After dropping our gear off at the hotel, we go in search of a restaurant for dinner. But we have a little bit of bad luck because it's a busy weekend. We try a few hot spots in the downtown area to no avail. The waiting list was quite long and it was going to take a while. Okay, we went to two different bar restaurants here in town and we struck out on all of them. It's a Saturday night and everything was busy, so we're going to try the hotel restaurant and see if they have an opening for us. Otherwise, we might be fast fooding it. Strike three. We're on the look for another place. After leaving the restaurant, the manager came running after us and said, "Hey, I think we can fit you in," and how gracious they were to set us down for this 5-star meal. I hope you can see it in the video here, but there's a super cool crescent moon tonight. Just a little sliver on the right-hand side there. There might be too much light, it washes it out, but it's really cool. Well, don't go away on this video, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take today's videos and put them with the ferry ride tomorrow, because tomorrow would be a short day. So I'm going to put that all in one video. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. Hey, we're up early this morning. Not super early, but our normal early. And we're going to go get some breakfast here. And then we have some time to kill, because our ferry doesn't go out until this afternoon. So we're going to figure out something else to do in the middle here before we have to board the ferry. The ferry terminal was right next to our hotel, and so that made it really convenient for us to get here. We sat around the hotel in the morning after getting some breakfast to kill time, and then finally when they had to kick us out of the hotel, we left there and waited at the ferry terminal. I would like to thank the staff at Belle Plage Hotel for their kindness. The accommodations were great and the dinner was superb. The best meal of the trip by far. The chefs were a mother-daughter team, and I would have to give them a 5-star Michelin rating. We finally get on the ferry, and after getting the bike strapped down, we settle in for a sail that will take a little over 3 hours. The ferry transits the St. Lawrence Seaway from Matane to Baie-Comeau, where we'll spend the night. Without question, the star of this ferry ride turned out to be a border collie, at least I believe it's a border collie, that the guy in front of me had on the back of his motorcycle. This dog was so doggone cute and so well behaved, and here he is with his little goggles on. Isn't this just a hoot? What a great travel companion this canine must be for the owner. I can't hardly imagine it, but how wonderful is that? After exiting the ferry, we head towards our accommodations for the evening. We take a ride through Baie-Comeau, and this ride indicates to me that Baie-Comeau is kind of an industrial area that is meant to service areas north on the Labrador-Quebec Highway. But after getting to the hotel, we search out a restaurant, and it turns out to be like a pizza joint. And we have a little dinner there along with some beer pops. And finally, here's Gord with an explanation of the last 2 days' rides of where we went.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to day 15. If you remember from last episode, we ended up in Moncton, New Brunswick, right here. And this morning we ventured off to the northwest, across New Brunswick, headed through Miramichi, Bathurst, Campbellton, before crossing the provincial border into Quebec here. I'm going to jump maps on you here. Again, here we are in Bathurst, New Brunswick, up to Campbellford, and then through a lovely mountainous run in the Gaspé Peninsula of Quebec, ending up in Matane for our expected ferry ride across the water tomorrow to Baie-Comeau. Great day, little bit of weather, but a great ride just the same. Hello everybody, and welcome to day 16. From a motorcycle point of view, pretty short day, maybe 8 kilometers we did, and that was from our jump off point from yesterday at a lovely little motel spot right on the beach, literally about maybe a minute away from the ferry terminal in Matane on the south side of the Gulf of St. Lawrence you see here. And we had a little bit of waiting to do. There was a lot of waiting actually that happened during the day, but nevertheless we made the ferry. It was a great ride, very efficient, on and off. 2 hours 20 minutes transit to Baie-Comeau on the north side of the Gulf of St. Lawrence, where we're going to set up for our overland route further into Quebec tomorrow. So all in all, very simple day. Certainly not a tiring one, but a tiring one from the standpoint of waiting around. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Now you can see why I combined the 2 days. Today we just didn't ride very much. We had the ferry ride, which was kind of a plus and minus. We had some young children that were really upset, and I felt awful for the parents because I've been there before. And so I understand their frustration when you have a fussy baby. That just kind of happens. But we went out for dinner tonight, got some pizza and some beer pops. And so we're getting all settled in. And overall, we're ready to get going tomorrow back on the bikes. Well, hopefully you like these 2 days videos. We'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Take care.